You can't give what you don't have. That's important for anyone working in hospitality to remember, but especially leaders, because what you do and how you act as a leader, how you engage your teams affects so many people. That's why I'm very excited to have Remington Hospitality CEO Sloan Dean join us today to share how he stays energized and motivated to lead his company and his teams effectively.
Hospitality.
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 Hospitality brings people together.
This is Hospitality Daily, the show that helps you stay informed and inspired each day by the most interesting people in hospitality. My name is Josiah McKenzie, and my goal is to help you reconnect with why you work in this industry and get fired up to go out there, delight others, and reach your goals. Let's get started. How do you stay fired up? How do you stay full of energy, stay in a good place?
That's a great question. I'm willing to share. So a lot of you are probably familiar with Myers-Briggs. So I'm an ENTJ. I'm 99th percentile extrovert. I'm a double extrovert. And so I say any profile can be a successful CEO. And some of the greatest CEOs are actually introverts. But for running a hospitality company, being a double, extreme extrovert is very helpful. Meaning, I was just having this conversation with one of my officers who's an introvert. When I go to a business dinner and entertain an owner, I don't think that's work. It's easy. When I go do a town hall and I do that, it doesn't take energy from me. It actually gives me energy. And so I feel very blessed that it's just who I am as a person, that all the external stuff doesn't take energy. It actually gives it to me. Now, of course, traveling, being away from your family, all that, and I share custody of my 3 kids. And I often talk about how, if I had full custody of my kids, I probably couldn't do this job. And so I have a personal family life, just being candid, that affords me and I have my wife, who is stepmom to my 3 kids, comes from industry and fully understands, and sometimes can travel with me because all we have when we don't have the kids is a dog. So I have a personal life that I'm blessed with, that I have a great family, but it's set up to where I can kind of do this and travel a lot. And then the third thing that I would say that works for anyone is I'm very intentional and very serious about Healthspan. I've more or less given up drinking. I'm maniacal about my sleep. I wear an Oura ring and measure my sleep. I work out religiously 4 to 5 days a week, and I'm always battling some orthopedic injury, but you can't take care of others. You don't take care of yourself. You'll almost always find me in the gym at 6 at night, not in the office. And I happen to be married to somebody who is maniacal about diet, so I've started eating healthier. That was always my weakness. And then I do contrast therapy, which is sauna, cold plunge at least 3 times a week. And all that insulates me to be able to shed stress. And I think stress often is the filter with which we look in. It's what we place on ourselves. And so I've been afforded enough success that now external factors are not where I drive my value. And so I think that helps with stress management too, because I'm internally driven. But no human gets there naturally. You have to, you're almost externally valued to some degree because you're ambitious, but you reach a level of certain success, and then it somewhat insulates you. And people don't talk about that. So that's all those things cumulatively I've helped. I happen to have a personal life that I have a lot of wonderful family and affords me. I love travel. I don't mind it, although it burns me out. I have all those help things that I do. And then, I'm a double extrovert. I'm sure this job, if I were introverted, would be much, much harder.
I appreciate you sharing that, because I think whether the person listening to this is CEO of an ownership group or they're a bellman at a hotel in Nevada, it is, I feel like, kind of everyone could benefit from thinking about kind of how do I take care of myself so that I can take care of my team members around me and also take care of guests. And so appreciate you getting into that. And I think that notion of Healthspan is interesting. My friend Lou Zamerica shared kind of this with me, and I was unfamiliar with it, but this notion of not just like how do you live longer, but ensure your quality of life is good. So really interesting to think about individually, but also as hospitality providers. And so there's interesting business opportunities here as well, I feel.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that maybe people would put in the weird category of, like, I have special filters on my head shower. I'm very intentional about the sheets I have at my house. I take a bunch of supplements, so I'm one of those. And if anybody's listening out there and interested in health, Lou's a good buddy of mine too. I learned a lot from him and vice versa, that I'm a big believer in it. I mean, you can't be in charge of others if you can't take care of yourself. And, I think the other thing too that I neglected to mention is that comparison is the thief of joy. We are in a business that we so often compare ourselves to others. And I'm just maniacally focused on being better than us yesterday. And I think that's where greatness comes from. That's still a journey. I'm getting ready to turn 43 at the end of this month. I'm far from that, but it's that focus of not always comparing yourself to others. And what I've also learned too, and this is part of the human experience, so often we take criticism from folks that we don't want to be like. I often get criticism from competitors that I have no desire to be like. And I've just stopped even considering their opinion. And I think that insulates too, that, sometimes we get feedback from folks. I'm like, well, do you want what they have? And if you don't, then why are you even listening to them?
Great hospitality providers know that every touch point matters a lot, so they spend a lot of time making sure that each interaction better serves their guests and makes life easier for their teams. If you'd like to operate this way, I suggest you check out Sojourn. They've built a reputation as the market leader in helping hotels and resorts earn direct bookings through digital advertising over the years. And more recently, they've expanded into offering a complete suite of guest experience solutions, including an AI smart concierge, reputation manager, and guest marketing suite. I've been working with Sojourn for years now, and everything from the way their technology is built to the talented experts they have on staff makes it no surprise that when I talk with people about technology, Sojourn comes up again and again. Hospitality providers love them. If you'd like to learn more about how Sojourn can help you better engage your guests and drive more profitable direct bookings, visit sojourn.com. That's SOJERN.com. Before we go, I want to let you know about a few more things. First, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite app to stay inspired each day by actionable insights from the most interesting people in hospitality. Second, I've started sharing videos and photos from the stories on this show on Instagram and YouTube, so if you'd like to see those or watch along, I encourage you to follow Hospitality Daily there so we can stay in touch. Third, if you'd like to listen to more conversations like the one you just heard, visit this podcast website at podcast.hospitalitydaily.com. I've spent a lot of time building out this website because I want to make it really easy for you to listen to the topics and guests that you are interested in, whether that's culture and leadership or operations or technology or something else. Browse and search the entire library of more than 400 episodes for some of the top leaders and innovators in hospitality at podcast.hospitalitydaily.com to get ideas for delighting the people around you and reaching your business and career goals. I produce this podcast each day and give it away for free because I want us all to learn and grow together. If you enjoyed today's episode, I just have one favor to ask. Please take a moment to text or email this episode to a friend or colleague who might appreciate it as well. They'll be grateful to hear from you, and what we covered in the show can help them, as I hope it helped you today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you here tomorrow.